Hey guys, we got a quick video on how the exclusive territories work when you are a dealer. An exclusive territory, basically what it is it is a one-way protection for you as the dealer. What that means is that once you're licensed with us as a dealer, your exclusive territory is the area that we cannot license another dealer. We do that so that each of you has an exclusive monopoly in your immediate area that we promise not to put another dealer in. Now, some people make the mistake and think that it limits you to only marketing and selling in that exclusive territory. It does not. You can market and sell flatbeds to anyone you want to. They can be several states away, several counties away. Doesn't matter. Anybody that comes to you that wants to buy a flatbed, you are allowed to sell it to them. It's just a promise that we're not going to license another dealer in your exclusive territory. Territories are decided by counties, and basically they fall into three categories. So category one, if the county you live in has less than 250,000 people, we will give you exclusive rights to that county plus 3 other touching counties that are surrounding you. The rule there is that if you add the population of all 3 or 4 of those counties together, it can't exceed 250,000. So if your county has, let's say, 100,000, there's a county next door with 150,000, you would get those 2 counties because you'd be at the cap of 250,000. But if all of your counties, let's say, have 50,000 apiece, you would get 4 counties all in a group that are touching each other. That would be your exclusive area. Tier 2 is going to be if your county is between 250,000 and 500,000 people. You get exclusive rights to your county only if your population falls within that range. If your county has 500,000 or more residents, we reserve the right to license 1 dealer per 500,000. So if your county has 1 million people in it, we can sell 2 dealer licenses, or if it has 1.5 million, we can sell 3 dealer licenses, etc. If you want a larger territory than what 1 seat provides, we have 2 options for you to do that. Option 1 is you can buy additional seats, and those are going to be 80% of the original price of the first seat. The only rule here is that your second territory has to be touching your original territory. So when you put your entire exclusive territory together, it has to be 1 contiguous area. Can't be 2 different islands of counties that are separated. The second thing that we can do for you, which costs nothing up front, which is what we recommend to most new dealers, is we can write a first right of refusal in your contract. Basically what that means is that if someone next to you, and let's say a couple counties over, calls us and is interested in becoming a dealer, we would let you know first and give you the option to buy that additional territory, add it to your exclusive rights. That way you can expand your territory and we won't give it to that other person. If you turn us down and say, I don't want to buy that territory, then we would have the right to sell that second dealer license to the dealer that would be a couple counties over, for example. So that kind of is how the territories work. One other thing is if you're worried about small population, you're in a sparsely populated area, it's helpful to remember these 2 facts. Is number 1, the flatbeds per capita in a sparsely populated area is a lot higher than it's going to be in a densely populated area. The reason for this is because if you're in a sparsely populated, it means you're probably in somewhere with a lot of agriculture, such as farming and ranching, mining, or some other type of industry where there's not a ton of people, but a super high percentage of them will want and buy a flatbed. The second thing is, on the interview, one thing that we always make sure of is for this to work, you need to have 250,000 people within a 3-hour radius of where you're located. If you got less than that, that's probably too sparsely populated for this to work, but there's very few places in the US that don't meet that qualification. So you might be in a small town, but it's likely gonna be like an hour or something like that to a large population center, and people 100% of the time will drive that far for a flatbed. The average sale that we make for fully built flatbeds at our headquarters shop drives 2 hours to get it installed from us. So as long as you're fairly close to some sort of population centers, this will work for you. But again, if you don't have 250,000 people within 3 hours, probably not gonna work for you. The second thing I'll cover in this video is the marketing radius and how that works. So a mistake that people make is they think that the exclusive territory is also the only place we're gonna market for you. Like I said earlier, just because your exclusive territory is certain counties, you can sell outside of those counties. So if it makes sense, we're also gonna help you market outside of those counties. So if you live in a densely populated area, we're probably gonna make your marketing radius something like 50 miles of your shop location. Anybody within 50 miles that searches on Google for custom flatbeds, flatbed dealers, anything like that, are gonna get served your ad that we set up for you and go to your webpage and turn into a lead for you to call and sell them a flatbed. If you're in a more sparsely populated rural area, we usually set the radius slightly bigger just because people in rural areas are willing to drive farther. Number one, because they're used to it. They drive 30, 40, 50 minutes to get their groceries. They're fine with driving a couple hours to get a flatbed. Also, there's less population, so we give you a bigger marketing radius just to make sure that we capture the leads that are willing to come to you, which is going to be farther in a rural area. So that's kind of how we adjust it based on population density, and that kind of covers it. So that's how basically the exclusive territories work in conjunction with the marketing radius.